I kind of want to have a conversation about this, or like the whole organic versus paid debate.
Yeah.
I think it's a mix of both of them. I don't think you want to do just one or the other. But when it comes down to organic, it is amazing when something goes viral. You know, TikTok shop ads are quite cheap. TikTok ads in general are very cheap. And if you get that right creative, then amazing. But I've worked with multiple brands and consulted multiple brands that they went viral on TikTok and they're not able to see the same results somewhere else, like on Facebook, consistently. And what this does is this creates a huge issue because you go from a Shopify store that's just starting out, maybe you're doing a few sales with Google ads, Facebook ads, then someone posts a video and that video goes to 1 million views. Mm-hmm. And that puts a business owner in a very weird situation where they have no consistency, but they've also managed to generate a huge amount of sales. So having something that you get a lot of creative for, you run the right Facebook ads, and that's the first place I would go. You know, I know we spoke about this, but yeah, Facebook is the first place you should go because all of those things like affiliates posting, revenue generated from that should be a bonus on top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, Elliot, I don't know what you think about this, but from an organic to paid standpoint, I really like the paid side because it's predictable. I can read the numbers and I can say, okay, doing 100,000. Here's how we get to 140,000 next month. And I can run the numbers. With organic, it's like, well, I hope this goes viral, but I think having a gel of both of them is super important.
So my take on this, if you want to scale a business, you need predictability. You cannot cash flow organic businesses. One, the algorithms change every 5 minutes, right? So, 1 minute some piece of content can be doing well, next minute it won't. You can never predict a viral piece of content. I can have a pretty good understanding of what's going to do well. I've got to the point now where I personally pump out so much content, I'll have a good understanding of roughly the kind of views I'll get. And every now and then you get a random viral clip that just turns you into stellar, but that's like an outlier. But we have a predictable volume with a whole team producing, and it's got to the point where we can kind of roughly estimate what kind of views and engagement we'll pick up every single month. But I got it to that point because I needed it to be predictable.
Yeah.
However, that being said, no one on the planet would buy a company predicated on a business built of organic content. And I can tell you for a fact, as a person that's worked with a lot of service business owners that run no paid ads, the worst pain they have is always worrying about if their business is going to be great the next month. And it's this fucking roller coaster of, oh, wow, I've had a great month. Damn, it's quiet the next month. Oh, I've had a great month. Damn, it's quiet the next month. Now, paid ads 100% need to be deployed. But if you haven't got cash to start with, organic's a good place to actually get a bundle.
Correct.
Right? So if you are, even if you're e-commerce, it might take you 2 years. If you've got no funds and you've got time, do organic content, start getting, TikTok, you can go viral, you start making a few sales, make a few quid, understand the systems. But ultimately, it needs to be with the game of one day getting to a point where you can run ads as fast as humanly possible, even if you have to borrow money, and get that going, because then you can predict. And then when you have predictable income, you can scale. I cannot take on a member of staff on a 12-month contract if I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford them next month. That is a stressful place to be, and you're always playing on the defensive, and you can't scale a business if you're playing defensively. Now, what I will say as a caveat to paid and organic is, as I say to everyone, we're talking about percentages of like, okay, yes, 80% product, this, and the other. Yes, there is things that have a bigger place that have bigger impact. So we talk about ROI of time, of ROI investment. The whole thing holistically is what makes up the funnel. Now, I know for a fact that when you have great organic and then you combine it with great ads, you get fire. Because what we all now do as human beings, because we're all hyper skeptical of everything we see online, is, before I go and check, I go and check out this website because I love the product I did. Let me go check out their organics. Let me see what their comments are like. Let's see how they're posting. Let me have a look at their stories behind the scenes. Is this a real company?
Yeah.
It builds a lot more trust, which makes the ads even more effective.
Yes.
So should I do one or the other? No, do both, because they both enhance one another in a massive way. Mm-hmm. But if I could pick one, it'll always be ads.
Always.
Yeah.
The reason people don't do it is because, one, they can't get over the fact that you have to pay money to get going. They'd rather spend their entire life.
Yeah.
Time is way more valuable than money, guys. Just FYI. So if you can spend money to avoid putting time into it, then do it. This is the whole broke person, poor person mindset thing, right?
Yeah.
And it is scary because we don't always know. But I can tell you for a fact, when you start running ads, it's really fucking painful and you learn really quickly.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Really?
Because for whatever reason, people allow themselves to plow months and years into businesses and see no results. But as soon as they spend 10 quid on an ads budget, whoa,
Yeah.
I spent 10 quid today and get any returns. Well, we need to figure this shit out or just stop it. And then what happens, everyone stops and then goes back to the organic. Well, organic is great and everyone goes, oh yeah, you can't get these this many views for if you were to spend that on ads. But yeah, the ad guys are laughing their way to the bank because every single month, and we had this conversation earlier, it was like, oh, what was your December like versus January? The same. But if you ask nearly every other person not running paid, they're going, well, it's a huge change. Like it was just, or like they get censored on Instagram or something, or you know, your ad account goes down, you buy another one, an agency account. Like there's ways around it, but you can't just suddenly rescale a massively viral organic Instagram account. So yeah, I love paid. I think it's great, but you have to have the skill set to be able to do it, or just hire someone who's got the skill set to be able to do it.
Yeah.
That is the key.
And organic feeds paid as well, especially with Advantage Plus. It's all built in. If you have an Instagram connected and you have a video that goes viral on Instagram, it's automatically going to retarget engaged viewers. So organic is important. I think that you can also test a lot of creatives without spending a huge amount by just putting out reels and seeing which one does the best on views.